So it is Sunday night, almost 10 o'clock. It's July 7th, I believe. Tomorrow's Monday. But I wanted to get a video out this weekend, and I didn't have a lot of time to put any gun stuff together or go around the house and mess with any tools. But I was cleaning up, and I was thinking, I'll just do a quick top 10 thing. And so my last few girlfriends were a little crazy. And usually when I date somebody, it is for, 3 to 4 years. And probably the last 4 girlfriends were 3 to 4 years. And they're nuts. So I made this conscious decision that I need to flush my brain of dating these kinds of people. And I need to just get to know myself and, deal with that whole kinds of thing. I'm sure some of you have done that, gone through that. But I was thinking, my life has really changed a lot. And this is the longest span I've gone being single since probably high school. And there's a couple things that happened. So here's my top 10 things that you change or what happens to you when you spend a long time single. And I wrote them down here. So you become more creative. You don't have somebody who is always needing your attention, and you're kind of shy about things. Or not shy, but you don't really experiment. And I found, I'm getting back into music. I do this YouTube channel. I've been writing some poetry, things like that. And it's not finding myself, but it's just stuff that I enjoy. And you tend to have a lot of free time when you're not dating somebody. But yeah, it does get you to be more creative. And one thing that's creative oftentimes leads to other things to be creative about. So yeah, definitely get more creative. So number 2, I would say, is you're a lot less likely to indulge in things that aren't healthy. And a lot of us want to pretend that we're in a perfect relationship and we do perfect things and healthy things all the time. And maybe it's just me because I dated lunatics, but that's when you drank. You get bored, or you're looking for something to do, and you entertain yourself by drinking or getting into fights. I was a smoker in my 20s, and I dated a couple girls that didn't smoke, and then I dated a girl that was a smoker, and then I started smoking again. I'm an idiot. I haven't touched a cigarette in like 15 years, but you tend to do what your girlfriend or your partner does, and if it's not healthy, you indulge in that too. So being single, you just don't, it's just not enjoyable. I'm not really a big dopamine releaser person. I don't find a lot of joy in things like that anyway, but it's just a lot easier when you don't have somebody around to influence you to do bad things. All right, and this is probably the really big thing, is you save a lot of money. When I broke up with my last girlfriend, I had not much of a savings, and now it's been 4 years, and I've doubled almost every year in my savings. I'm also a lot more careful what I spend on, and I don't have to pay her parking tickets and towing fines and all that other crazy stuff too, and her insurance. And I need to find a rich woman, I think, that I don't have to pay for all that stuff. But anyway, so saving money, investing more of it. You're just generally better off financially when you're single, because where all your money's going, and it's easier to track. So definitely. So that's number 3. Number 4, you learn how to manage your life by yourself, which I think is great, right? You learn things. Those are my motion detectors around the house. There's things that you learn, especially being a man, like that little tag on your bed sheets. That's your lower right-hand corner. You put that in there, and the rest of the bed sheet's gonna fit. So you learn cool things like that. You buy the toilet paper, you buy the soap, you buy your pan for cooking. You learn how to cook a little bit better. So you do all these things around the house yourself. You do your own laundry. You become fiercely independent. And almost to the point where imagining another person being around is almost an unbearable thought, that somebody else is going to touch your stuff, touch your laundry, move your things around, do things that, not in a way that you do it. You almost make yourself unable to live with another person after you've been independent and single for a while. But I'm loving it. You know, I'm the controller of everything in my house and my life. And yeah, it's a good thing. Number 5, you have better external relationships, meaning with your guy friends or your work buddies. You know, when they want to do stuff, you don't have to say no, or you don't have to talk about it with someone and see if it's okay. Or if, you know, you have a family member. Man, my niece was getting married, and I was going to go to the wedding. And my brother was very upset with me for a couple of years because I didn't go. And what he didn't know is the girlfriend I had at the time was one of these where if you got into fights, she would threaten to do bad things to herself. And I was constantly just like walking on eggshells and really in a bad place. And I lost that relationship with my brother for a while because I didn't go to my niece's wedding when I said I was going to go. And it was all because, you know, I had to deal with that relationship crap. That was a bad thing. So being single, I can have relationships any way I want. I get to control it, and I get to make those decisions, and it's just a lot better. Number 6, no guilt weekends. So I can clean up, and I can do yard work, and I can fix things, or I could do nothing. And I don't have to answer to anybody doing either one of those. Have you ever been in a relationship where if you actually do a lot of work on the weekends or take care of things, she gets mad or they get mad because you're not spending time with them? Or if you do nothing, they get mad because you're not doing anything? Well, being single, I ain't got to worry about that at all. I can sit around and I rarely ever do nothing, but I can if I wanted to. But yeah, guilt-free weekends. And almost like on the opposite side of that, for number 7, you could be much more successful at work. Number 7. The reality is a lot of people who you work with, especially if you get into management, they have kids, they have families. There's a lot of things they can't take part in. They're not as reliable. You know, they don't put the office time. Projects take a little longer. When you're single, man, you can stay in the office for as long as you want. I know it sounds crazy. Who wants to work like that? But in reality, if you're a mature adult, you know, putting time in the office, doing your job as best as you can, being reliable, being that person that others can depend on because you ain't got to worry about the drama at home. It really helps you, and you start to get movement in your career, and yeah, you don't have these other distractions. Hey guys, calm down. I'm recording. Don't you see? Dogs. So that's number 7. Number 8. Yeah, spontaneity. You could just be spontaneous. You know, I have motorcycles. Of course, the guns. If you watch the channel, I can go out to the desert and go shooting. I can go on a long tour ride with the motorcycle. I can get on an airplane, go up to Denver, up to San Francisco, go visit people. And I don't have to ask anybody. One of my friends is having a backyard barbecue. Last second I can drop everything and go. I've done it. I had a call once where somebody said, hey, we're in San Francisco. You want to come up? And by that afternoon, I had a ticket to fly up there here from Phoenix. So having that spontaneous, it's great because there's just, you don't have anything holding you back. Number 9. Yeah, family, right? Number 9. My family's all on the East Coast, and it was a pretty big family. I come from a family of 7 boys and 1 girl. Lots of uncles, lots of aunts. They're all pretty much passed away by now, but I get away from my own family drama. So I had a couple relationships where it's like you're constantly dealing with their drama. And when you're single for a while, man, it's just no drama. You don't have to deal with other people's garbage and baggage. You know, I know listen, it's an honorable thing. You want to get involved with a woman with kids, or, you know, she's got family stuff and you're going to go in there and you're going to get involved and all that. Listen, that's great. I have a brother who's in that situation. He's a wonderful father. His wife is awesome. He made that choice. Me, nah, I don't like to deal with drama. I'm a non-drama person. I'm not an emotional person. So even when there was drama, hey guys, cut it out. Sorry. When there is drama, I'm not good with it because I'm not emotional. It comes off like I don't care. Probably because I don't. And then the very last thing is you just have peace of mind. You just don't have any worries. Like, if I lose my job, yeah, I will lose my job and I'll need to figure out how to get money and pay the bills, but I only have to worry about me and the dogs, you know, and I buy their food by like 3 months at a time. So I just have to be concerned with myself if something bad were to happen or if I were to get sick. Nobody is depending on me. Nobody is hurt by my actions, and that's just great to live like that. I guess it's kind of selfish, you know, worrying about other people and, you know, having their commitments on your mind all the time is part of life and learning and growing. But honestly, you know, 50 years old right now, I don't want to deal with anybody else's stuff, and I'm enjoying just, you know, chilling through life right now. Maybe when I'm like 65, maybe I'll start dating again, you know, enjoy retirement, find myself some old biddy, and we'll go on cruises or something like that. So anyway, so that's my top 10 list of things that happen to you when you spend a long time single. I'm not talking like 3 months or even a year. I'm talking a couple of years. You become a whole different person, and you almost feel like you don't even want to date anymore. You just, all the benefits of being single, being independent, taking care of your own stuff. You just, the idea of dating somebody just seems like a nightmare almost. At least for me. I've had some people, one of my brothers told me, he goes, "Ah, man, he got divorced and he started dating almost immediately." And he says, "Man, I can't imagine being alone. Man, it's lucky to be able to do that." I was like, yeah, I guess I am lucky, you know? Got the peace of mind, no drama, kind of loving life. So anyway, that's my 10 top list, and thank you for watching the whole thing if you watched the whole thing, and I'll see what happens on the next video. These are just random videos that I do. Happy Monday tomorrow morning.